Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. In this video we'll be making scones. You're going to need flour, baking powder, butter, amasi, milk, 1 egg and vanilla essence. A bowl for your ingredients, there's 2 of them, and a cup. After that you're going to take your cup and pour 3 cups of flour. I'm not making a lot of cookies, so I'll just pour 3 for now. As soon as I'm done with that, I then now take my teaspoon and pour 3 teaspoons of baking powder. So if you hear the breathing, Teta is sleeping. I then add 3 tablespoons of sugar because I don't like a lot of sugar, but you can add more if you want them to be very sweet. I then take my mixture and mix everything together so that it's nicely evened out. You can even use your hands in this process. After that, I'm going to do my wet ingredients. I'm going to add 1 egg, 1 cup of milk. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence and some amasi. So with the amasi, I just poured, I had very little left over, so I just poured it and I mixed everything together. So you have to take your time and mix it evenly so that it's nicely blended into the mixture and there are no lumps or funny yolks of the egg. Immediately after I was done, I then added my butter, 100 grams of butter. So with the butter, you just need to make sure that you mix your butter nicely so that it almost comes out and looks like breadcrumbs. You need to take your time in this process because how you mix it will determine how your cookies are going to come out. So take a little bit of time, about 10 minutes, to mix your butter and everything together. So make sure that your butter is evened out. If you feel like the butter is little, you can add more. If it's too much, you can add just a little bit of flour. So just make sure that it looks like breadcrumbs. As soon as you are done with your butter, you're going to make a hole in the middle of your mixture and pour your dry ingredients in the middle. After that, you will then take a knife, a table knife, and mix your ingredients together. So with this process, you need to make sure that the mixture evens out and the liquids and the solids come together. My mixture was a little bit wet, so I decided to just use a spoon and add some more flour into my mixture. But if you feel like it's too wet, then just add some flour. If it's too dry, then just a little bit of milk, but not too much. So continue to mix until you're comfortable with your mixture. And yeah, so when you're done, you're gonna just leave it out for about 10 minutes. I then went to preheat my stove and clean my kitchen, just so that the ingredients is mixed together. I'm just going to leave it for some time, for about 10 minutes, as I preheat my stove. So during this time, I then wash my dishes and I clean my kitchen. Now, after waiting 10 minutes, I'm then now going to go and clean my surface. So as I clean my surface, wait for it to dry out a bit. Then I'm going to take flour and pour it onto my surface so that doesn't stick on the surface. After that, I decided to then grease my pan and put it on the side onto my surface. As you can see, I took everything out and then I put a little bit of flour and started mixing it together. So with this process, do not over mix, because sometimes when you over mix, your cookies will come out funny or a little bit flat. So then once you're comfortable, then this is the process of shaping your cookies. So I'm going to use a heart shape. As you can see, I'm just shaping it. They're not coming out as nice as I want them to, but they're coming out. So I'm just making my shapes there. After you are done, you place everything in your pan with my funny looking shapes. I'm then gonna take it and put it in my pan. At least the heart came out nicely, as you can see. And I'm gonna let it bake for about 20 minutes at 180 degrees, or you can, if your stove has bake, you can just put it on bake for 20 minutes. And as I wait for that, as I say, I continue to wash my dishes. Now that everything is done and my cookies are ready, so once they are golden brown, you can take them out, and that is how they're gonna look like. Mine look a little bit white. You can actually leave them for longer. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know your ingredients and how you make your scones, and comment below. So this recipe is from my friend Elizabeth. Thank you so much for this recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe.